Hi everyone, I'm Sherry
And I'm Matt.
and we are the co-founders of the Martial Smarts program. Thank you very much for joining us today. We are very excited about helping you help your child.
There's a simple reason that lies at the heart of why every parent and teacher wants their children to do well. And this was highlighted to us by Philip's mum. Philip is a lovely little boy, happy, friendly, kind, but already, he's only young, but already starting to show signs that he's struggling at school. And we met his mum recently to discuss how the Martial Smarts program might help. And she said something that was absolutely heartbreaking. She told us she's not interested in doing well at school. She doesn't need him to go up the reading ladder. She's not waiting for him to be a superstar. But what she fears more than anything else is that Philip will start to become isolated. She said Philip doesn't know that he's falling behind, but his friends and the other children are already noticing, and she's just scared that he'll become isolated, then lonely, and just lose that happiness and that glow that we know from Philip. Ultimately, that's why we are here. All of this is about making sure that our children can be happy.
When people think of the martial arts, they think of many things. They think of self-defense, fun,
Fitness,
health,
weight loss.
making new friends, but they don't realize that the most important advantages of learning a martial art is actually brain development. And this is where the Martial Smarts program really comes alive.
A brain scientist, a martial artist, and a teacher all walk into a room. Sounds like the start of a really corny joke, but actually it's how the Martial Smarts program developed. I am the martial artist in this equation, and I've been doing martial arts for 25 years plus. My background started in professional tennis, then I moved into coaching, but I've always been around martial arts. It's always been the backdrop to my life. But I've been more fascinated and passionate about the self-growth and self-development side of the martial arts than anything else.
I'm a teacher, an early years specialist, and I've been teaching here in the UK and in different places in the world for almost 20 years.
Actually, I know she's sitting here, but Sherry's one of the most gifted teachers I've ever worked with, and I've worked with many over the years. Sorry.
After watching a very successful karate program flourish with the years 1 to 6 at the school that we both taught at, I approached Matt and asked if he would be interested in developing a program for reception children.
And I wasn't. I was terrified by those small little reception students.
So I had to stop him from running out the door. But after persisting and promising everything would be okay, we sat down and developed a syllabus for 4 and 5-year-olds.
And it's been one of the most successful age group programs that we've evolved. So the third cog in this equation is Dr. Peter Bain, consultant neurologist. Peter and I have been friends for many years. We trained karate together back late 80s, early 90s. And about 10 years ago, I took part in one of Peter's students' tests. They were trying to find out, it was a neurological test, trying to find out if the brains of high-level martial artists were wired differently to the average public. They are. But it was that research that actually got me thinking more about how martial arts affects us in learning. Now, Sherry and I have seen the benefits for many years of our work and martial arts on the students. We've known that, but it's been anecdotal. So it was nice to sit down with Peter, show him what we'd found, and get his perspective from a neurological point of view on what actually is evolving and developing.
Brain science has been coming up with remarkable findings. Some not so surprising, like the effect of exercise on cardiovascular fitness and motor skill development. But others much more surprising, such as cognitive development through the martial arts.
So what part of the brain is being developed with the Martial Smarts program? Primarily a thing called executive function. So what is executive function? If the brain were an orchestra, executive function would be the conductor, the lead conductor. Executive function is responsible for cognitive flexibility, inhibition, self-control and self-regulation, working memory, problem solving, reasoning and planning.
So what does this mean to my students and your children? Executive functions are more important indicators of school readiness than IQ. Executive functions continue to be excellent predictors of maths and reading competence throughout all school years. Evidence also shows that executive functions are critical for further life success, including mental health, physical health, and even marriage.
But really, so what? Ultimately, a cognitively, socially, emotionally and physically developed child has the best possible chance of going on to lead a healthy, happy, balanced life.
Interestingly, executive functions are often impaired by the very stress, loneliness and sadness that you as parents and me as a teacher want to avoid at all costs. How then do we attain this? Through a specially designed program using martial arts exercises that practice bilateral coordination, gross and fine motor skills, midline crossing, postural control, cooperative partner work, functional movement, proprioception, touch perception, mindfulness and focus.
So are all exercises, sports and martial arts made equal in regard to their brain development? The truth? No. Evidence shows that some arts, sports, exercises and teaching philosophies are not particularly beneficial and can actually be detrimental. These include if they are overly competitive, overly aggressive, too much contact or indeed too little contact.
So no matter how effective we know the Martial Smarts program actually is, a magic wand will only work if you use it.
In the program we are utilising our secret weapons, our ninja tactics.
And they are family, fun and motivation. The Martial Smarts program is designed to be practiced in a relaxed environment in your own home.
The martial arts exercises themselves are fun and engaging.
And our progressive award system will help keep your child motivated and keen to improve.
So all that's left to do is get started and enjoy watching your child become martial smart.